Now let's talk DC. Let's give Joaquin Buckley his due. Let's talk about Mr.
Oh yeah,
Joaquin Buckley and
yeah,
what
yeah.
he pulled off. An incredible knockout, maybe the best knockout in UFC history. Definitely the best. As we sit here right now, that's the best knockout of 2020. And if something beats that, I would be shocked. I don't know if I've ever seen anything better than that in recent memory. What did you make of what Joaquin Buckley did in that incredible sequence?
The best thing about the Joaquin Buckley situation was that Impa Kasanganay was undefeated, right? And everybody was talking about how good Impa Kasanganay is. So when Joaquin Buckley kicked him, Sanganay catches his foot and stays there. Now I've seen people do that all the time, right? That's like one thing. You block the kick and you kind of wave it down. But you realize that he propelled himself off of one foot into a spin because, dude, Sanganay was still holding his foot. He was actually still holding his foot off the ground. So this young man actually was able to generate enough power to propel himself up and then spin and kick him in the face. That, when I watched that on TV, I was like, oh my goodness, I think I just saw the greatest knockout I've ever seen in my entire life. We've seen some good ones, right? The Charles Edson, was it Edson Barbosa did the spinning heel kick that knocked out dude way back in the day. We've seen some crazy ones, but nothing like, I mean, how do you even do, like, Francis Ngannou actually said, you watch something like that and you kind of think like, I'm gonna go work on it in the gym and realize I don't want to hurt myself, because you get excited and go, hey, imitation is the greatest form of flattery, but nobody's doing what Joaquin Buckley did last weekend. That is the only time, and I'm confident saying that will be the only time in UFC history you'll ever see anything like that happen.
Wow. Okay. Have you ever tried that?
I did against Roy Nelson, but I had both feet on the ground and it looked terrible. It looked terrible. I tried it with both feet on the ground and I looked terrible trying to spin it back kick in it. I never tried it again because there's no way, bro. All you're thinking about when you throw a high kick like that and they wave it down to the ground is getting your foot back down. Right. You want to get back to position where you can be able to attack or defend. He was so free that he jumped and did a spinning back kick and kicked him in the face. And I can't believe he got a $50,000 bonus. I would have given him, I don't know, I would have given him two bonuses, $100,000 for performance. I'd have given him fight of the night. Performance of the night and fight of the night, because
maybe they broke out the old $1 million check like they gave you back in the day.
Oh, I'm sure he got, this dude probably got some money in the back. He has. That was crazy. Greatest knockout in UFC history.
So it's interesting. When you talk about the greatest knockout, I'm wondering, do stakes matter? For example, like,
no,
stakes don't matter. Okay, or can you separate them? Basically, can you separate, like, like Conor knocking out Jose Aldo is a big knockout, right? But yes, it wasn't as flashy.
In a title fight,
right? So do stakes matter, or do you separate them? Like you put like the Barbosa was a prelim fight as well, and this one, and you know what I mean? Or like Anderson knocking out Vitor with that kick, that was insane, right?
Yeah. That doesn't matter, bro. Like, I think when you look at these types of situations, when you look at these greatest knockout in UFC history, you look at the actual knockout. I don't think you say greatest knockout in UFC title fight history. That's okay. I think Anderson or Conor, those two stand out to me above most of them, right? But in terms of just a knockout that showed an insane display of skill, an insane display of athleticism, and ability to really let go in the octagon, I don't think we've seen anything like this. And he should be very proud, because I don't know if you can't catch that lightning in a bottle ever again. Like, that won't ever happen again in the UFC.
You know, some haters were saying like Owen Hart and Vampiro have been doing kicks like that for years back in the day, like in the squared circle.
Yeah, man. But guess what, though? We're like Owen Hart and Vampiro. Owen Hart, rest his soul. Yeah. They were in the back going, when you grab my foot, I'm going to do a spinning back kick.
Yes,
right? They're like agreeing to what's going to happen. But this is.
You don't think I'm being serious, do you?
No, I don't. I'm saying, but this is a free fight, right? Like, boy, right. For that to happen in that situation was crazy.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.